Hey guys, it's John from the Visicast. Today we are talking about something very cool. Are plastic Sisters of Battle coming, and are they coming very shortly, i.e. within the next 2 to 3 months? The answer is looking like yes. So let's start off by looking at where we are with Sisters of Battle, what has happened in the past and where we are now. So Sisters of Battle are pretty much the most outdated model range that Games Workshop still has. All of the models are essentially metal, with a few plastic models released very recently. We'll get to that in a second. The original release for Sisters of Battle was in 1997/1998. Then there was an additional release in 2004 of some extra models, such as a Saint Celestine model in metal and a few other sisters. But since then there has been pretty much nothing until the end of 2016. So in 2016, Sisters of Silence were introduced. Whilst not actually Sisters of Battle, they were female Space Marine sort of figures, so they kind of tied in a little bit. That was sort of a precursor to more Sisters of Battle stuff showing up. Then if you go to December 2016, very end of December, we had a Canoness model which was based off some artwork off the 2nd edition Codex for Sisters of Battle. Now that model sold really well. I went on to buy that model the exact moment it came out, and I think within 5 minutes it was sold out. I couldn't get my hands on one. It was extremely well received, and you have to take into consideration that it was that well received and sold out that quickly when people aren't buying the whole army. It's not a new model that people are going to add to their army. It's the sort of model you buy just because it's an amazing model and you want to paint it, and that alone is very powerful, both for us to know and for Games Workshop to see the effect of. Then you skip to January 2017, the very start of this year. Nearly been a year since that happened. We're approaching that point, and you see Saint Celestine come out in the triumvirate of the Imperium, probably said that wrong, box kit, and that was an amazing model. It is absolutely fantastic, and again extremely well received. So what does this tell Games Workshop? It tells Games Workshop that there is definitely demand for Sisters of Battle. I guess with that increased feedback loop that Games Workshop now has, i.e. they have Facebook and they have a Warhammer community, they know what's going on in the community, they can see the demand, and they have been very good recently at listening to what the community has to say and then answering it. So that's very positive that the community has piped up and has been so keen at getting hold of these additional Sisters of Battle models, because it shows Games Workshop there's definitely value there, and that if they invest in it, they'll make a lot of money out of it, which is essentially what it all comes down to. So now we move on to the information that we currently know that implies that Sisters of Battle are coming at the very start of 2018. It should be the first codex in 2018. A lot of this information is based on articles from Fayette 212. Now, Warhammer community has set itself up to essentially do what Fayette 212 was doing. Fayette 212 used to give you pre-information before a release, months ahead of anyone else. Whereas now Games Workshop and the community website is doing that kind of themselves, because they've obviously seen the value and people wanting to see that. But Fayette 212 does still have the odd thing which Games Workshop isn't reporting on, and the Sisters of Battle stuff is that stuff. So this article on Fayette 212, I will link it below. Essentially the main reasons it gives for the implications that it's coming out soon is that a member of the public was in a Games Workshop store, and one of the Games Workshop staff members announced that accidentally that they would be working on Sisters of Battle as their first 2018 army, as they no longer had to deal with metal models, which implies a completely new metal model completely new plastic model range. Additionally, there was a Kickstarter campaign which was essentially making Sisters of Battle models in plastic. It wasn't official. It's been shut down by Games Workshop. Games Workshop it looks like there'd be some sort of cause and effect behind that, and the cause and effect would be if Games Workshop is rearing up to sell Sisters of Battle plastic models, it doesn't want competition, especially illegal competition, I suppose it would be, under their copyright. Therefore, shutting down that Kickstarter campaign implies that they're looking to do something with Sisters of Battle in plastic in the very near future. Additionally, this article references a conversation between a manager at Games Workshop and basically says that Plastic Sisters of Battle models, or Plastic Sisters models we've seen so far, such as the Sisters of Silence and Canoness, are essentially proof of concept, therefore proving to investors that Sisters of Battle will be well received and will make money, which is essentially what all this is about, and therefore, because they've been so well received, the chance of Games Workshop going ahead with that is greatly increased. Additionally, a manager in Games Workshop London released the information. Again, pinch of salt with all this, we don't know how much of this is true, but it does all add up, that Sisters of Battle would be the 11th or 12th codex to be released for 8th edition. Now at that point in time, when that conversation was had, we were unaware that basically the codices would be released with this sort of frequency, and therefore if you take that into account, it works out roughly that this codex, the Sisters of Battle codex, would be released at the very start of 2018. There's another article which follows on a few days after the article we've just been through, and that article goes through the fact that Sisters of Battle should have been released in 7th edition before 8th edition dropped. However, issues with shipping meant that that didn't happen, and the models we did see were models that were due to come out with other packs, such as Triumvirate, or also models to just keep things ticking over essentially, and that Sisters of Battle are ready, and they're just delayed them to release them as a full release with 8th edition. Again, very, very positive. So that's all the information we have so far. There have been trickles of information through this website and through other sources about Plastic Sisters of Battle for quite a while. There was an article a very long time ago about someone working at Games Workshop who basically released the fact that they saw concept art for new Sisters of Battle, and they'd also seen Sisters of Battle in production, but there was no pictures of that to actually prove it. So again, it's a pinch of salt, but most of the stuff that goes through this website does turn out to be true, so the chances are very, very high, and if you take into consideration everything we've been over in this video, again, chances are looking like we'll have Sisters of Battle very, very shortly, and hopefully at the start of 2018. So if you guys can take a second just to like, comment, subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you can share as well, that would be amazing. We also have a large series of other videos such as battle reports. They're extremely well filmed. I am completely biased when I say that, I'm aware. But if you can check those out, that would be amazing as well. Cheers guys, thank you very much.